Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing great. So I am Anu, and with this video I am going to start a new playlist for creating websites and web pages. So I am sure that you must be fascinated by lots of web pages and websites that you have come across, and if you haven't worked on them, then you might be thinking that there are many developers behind the scenes who are creating these web pages. But in this video, I will tell you it's very easy. You don't need any guidance or any prerequisites or any coding knowledge in order to create a simple web page. Everything is present within your laptop and you don't even need to install anything. So I am going to give a complete guidance on how to create a simple web page in this video, and I would like you to follow along with me and to do the same steps that I am doing in your system simultaneously. So let's move ahead. So as we discussed in this video, we are going to go through step-by-step tutorial to create a simple web page using HTML. So let's move ahead. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So it's basically a declarative language. That means using simple tags and attributes present in HTML, you can create your own website by declaring what you really need. So here you can see few images. You might be wondering how to create these kinds of blocks or these kinds of images, how to load into the website and how to add the details via text. So we will learn all these things. So similarly, here you can see we have few headings, and here you have some columns, and in the text box you need to put some input, and here we have some radio buttons. And in this image you can see there is some heading and there are multiple colors which is used in this web page. And in the next image we have few radio buttons and we have a submit button as well. So we will learn everything, but in this video we will just create a simple web page. So let's move ahead and let's try to directly jump on the hands-on part. So here I have a folder in my desktop called Cafeteria Delight, and in this folder I just have one audio file and I have two video files. Okay, so we will be using these videos and audios to upload into our website that we are going to create. Okay, so as you might have noticed, we will be creating web page for cafeteria, which is known as Cafeteria Delight. So I already have a write-up here for this Cafeteria Delight, which has all the specifications about the cafeteria and what are the specialities. So these are the specialty dishes of this cafeteria, and then the events handled by the cafeteria, so they can support in private parties, in live music concerts. So all these things are there. And then if the people who want to order online, they can go to these contact details and they can directly contact in the Facebook, Instagram, and all the social websites. So all these things are there as a write-up in text format, but I want to create a web page out of it. Okay, so let's go back to the folder, and here I will just create a new text document, and instead of .txt we will make it as an HTML page. So let me give the name as cafeteria.html. Okay, so now once I click on outside of this file, it says if you want to change the file name extension, the file might become unusable. Are you sure that you want to change it? So since we are trying to rename a text file into HTML, so it's giving this pop-up. Just simply click on yes, and now you can see the icon has changed from text to HTML format. So once I click on it, it's going to launch a browser. It can be Edge browser or Chrome browser, any default browser that you have in the system. So you can see this is already open and there is nothing in this web page. It is completely blank because we have not given any data inside it. So let me now open it with a notepad. So you can see this HTML web page has been opened in a notepad. So now what I'm going to do is, I already have this write up. So I'm going to just copy this till this point. So we will create two web pages. One will be having all the description of this cafeteria and the other will have all the contact details. So in the cafeteria.html, I'm just going to paste this detail, and similar to the steps that we have performed just now, we will create another .txt file, and here I will just give contact details.html. Okay, And again the same pop-up is coming. So I have renamed it, and now if I open with the notepad, so here we will paste the order details in the contact details.html. So now let me hit on Ctrl+S for both the files. And now if I go to the website and if I try to hit refresh, so you can see the details that we have put here in cafeteria.html is coming in the web page as well. But if you notice, everything is coming as a single paragraph in the web page. It's not considering the line breaks or paragraphs. So it's just coming as a single line. Okay. So we have to do something in order to change the format and the look and feel of this web page. So first of all, we are going to add a header for this web page, which will be Cafeteria Delight, and this will be acting as the description or the subheader. So let me give a tag which is called h1 for the bold header. The first header that we are going to have is h1, which is Cafeteria Delight. Let me make enter here. So here we have opened the tag called h1, which is for header 1, and here it should be closed. So for closing it, let me copy this same tag, and before h1 we will just give a slash. Okay, so let me save it and let me go to the web page, and now let me hit on refresh. So now you can see this is coming as a header with bold characters. So now let's go back, and this second line will be acting as a subheader. So now let me give h2 tag, and we are going to close it here slash h2. Now let me save it. So we are expecting that this part of the string should be coming as a subheader beneath this header. Okay, so let me hit on refresh. So now you can see this phrase is coming as a subheader, and you can notice the font size of the subheader is little bit smaller than the header part. Okay, so to make it more easier for you to follow and for ease of our understanding, let me convert it to two separate tabs, and here whatever we will be doing the changes should be reflecting in the website directly. Okay, so we don't need to go back and forth. So now what we are going to do is we are going to divide this as different paragraphs, as we can see in the notepad. So for doing that, we have something called p tag that will divide the whole content into separate paragraphs. So we need to close it wherever we want the paragraph to be closed. So let me save it, and now if I hit on refresh, so you can see here now it is considering the line breaks and it is coming as the first paragraph. Now similarly I will add paragraphs wherever I need line breaks. Okay, so let me just copy, and here we need the line breaks. Let me close it. Similarly at the start we will give paragraph tag, and let me close it here. For specialities we need a separate line. Similarly for all the paragraphs I'm going to give this tag. So feel free to follow me along so that you would be parallelly learning how to create this simple web page. So I'm just doing copy paste. So we are almost done. Yeah, so we are done adding the paragraph tags. So now let me hit on Control S, that is for save, and now hit on refresh. So now you can see it is coming properly in an organized format. Okay, so now what we want is we want to bold these headers or make some changes in the format in which they are looking, so that it should make a difference between the description and the header. Okay, so for that we can use b tag for bold, and for making it italic we can use I tag. For making it underline we can use U tag. So let me do that. So here I'm going to use B tag and make sure to close it. So here it is. Let me hit on save and let me hit on refresh. So you can see these characters have become bold. And similarly we can make it italic. So just use I tag and close it, and if I hit on save, so you can see it has become bold plus italic. And if I use U tag, it will make it underline. So just save it and hit on refresh. Okay, so I have not closed it. Let me use slash. So you can see now it's appearing only in this particular phrase. Okay. So similarly, wherever I need this kind of format, I will just paste this. So let me use it for specialities and let me close it as well. And let me go down here. We can use it in the event section. So let me just copy and paste it here. So the events we handle should be also coming as bold, italic, and underline. So I have saved it and let's hit on refresh. So you can see cafe description, specialities, and events that we handle is coming as bold, italic, and underline. And all the other parts are coming as it is. So now even within the paragraphs, I want some line breaks. So for that, we can use something called BR that will represent break. So here after the first line, I want a breakpoint here. So for that, let me give BR. And interestingly, you don't need to close BR tag. So if I hit on refresh, so you can see this line is coming as the next line. So we can do the same for every new line. So here a new line is starting. So let me add BR tag again and let me save it. And now you can see it is coming as the new line. And similarly, we can do the same in the other paragraphs as well. So let me just add BR tag and you can see it's coming properly. Now coming to the specialty part, you can see here we have 4 dishes which are listed as a specialty dishes. Okay, but the numbers that appears here is not coming from the web page automatically. It is actually the hard-coded value in the text file. So instead of hard coding it as a number, I want this to be automatically coming from the HTML. So let me remove this numbers and let me save it. So now you can see numbers has gone. So now I don't want these to be aligned in an order in numerical format like 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of that, I want to represent these dishes as a bullet format. So for that, we have something called UL, that is unordered list. And if you want them to represent in numerical formats, then you can use OL, that is ordered list. Okay, so let me give them as unordered list. So here we will start the unordered list and let me make it come down. So we need 2 tags here. One is unordered list and then we need LI that will be representing the list and we need to close it here. Let me close the LI and unordered list tag I will close at the end after these pastries. So let me close it here. And similar to what we have done for the first dish, we will do the same for second dish onwards. So let me start the list here and let me close the list tag here. And similarly, we will do this for the next 2 dishes as well. So let me do it here. Okay, so instead of closing the unordered list tag here, we will close it at the end after the fourth dish. And let me use this list tag again for our fourth dish. So let me save it now and let me refresh. So you can see we have landed with the bullet points, but here we have an extra one. So let's figure out from where it is coming. So you can see we have not closed this one. So let me close it and now save it and hit on refresh. So you can see it's coming properly in a bulleted format. So now if we go down, so we have missed closing this unordered list. So let me close it and now save it. So now it is coming properly. So you can see instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, we have replaced it with the unordered list, or we can say bullet points. Now here you can see the events that we handle is coming with hyphen. Instead of that, I want to replace it with numbers. So we will be removing this hyphen. from all the lines. And as I told, there is two categories. One is unordered list for bullet points and other one is ordered list for giving the numbers. So here again we will be starting the ordered list. So let me open OL tag and we will be closing it at the end. So here let me close this tag and I saved it. So now for all these points, it should be appearing as 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of hyphen. So let me give LI tag and let me close it here. And similarly, we will give LI tag for all the other lines as well. And we will close it for all the four lines. And if we hit on refresh, we will be expecting that 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers should be appearing. So let's hit on refresh. So you can see now numbers are appearing because it is categorized as ordered list. And before this we used unordered list. Okay. So we are good so far. Our web page looks something like this. We have the header, we have subheader, and we have the description of cafeteria, and we have the specialty menus which customers can go for and which is coming as a bulleted unordered list. And then we have all the events that the cafeteria handles, which is coming as the ordered list as a numerical format. And if you remember at the beginning, we had created another HTML page for all the contact details of the cafeteria. So we have not opened this web page as of now. So what we want is the customers should be able to toggle between these two web pages back and forth. So for that, we need a reference hyperlink text in the first web page as well as in the second web page. So for doing that, we have a tag called anchor tag, and that is represented by a tag. Okay, so this is called anchor tag, and in order to give a hyperlink text, we have something called href attribute which should be used within anchor tag. So we have used it here. So href represents hyperlink reference. So here we will be giving the name of the web page that we want to toggle between. So it is called contact details.html. So let me give that contact details.html. So now we have given the hyperlink, but what should be the text that should be displayed here? So let me give contact details of cafeteria delight. Okay, so this should be the text which should be appearing in the web page. And if we click on that, it should open the contact details HTML web page. So now we should close this anchor tag and let me hit on save. And once we refresh it, let's go down, and here you can see a hyperlink text is coming, and if I click on that, it is opening the contact details.html web page. So you can see with the help of anchor tag and hyperlink reference, we are able to move from one web page to another web page. Okay, now similar thing we want from contact details, it should be able to navigate to cafeteria.html. So for that, let me go to the contact details HTML web page, and here we will give the same anchor tag. Let me copy this whole thing and let me paste it here. And instead of contact details.html, we will give the file name of cafeteria.html, and the text that should be appearing is home page. Okay. So if I hit on save and if I hit on refresh, so you can see home page link is coming here. And if I click on that, it is able to navigate to Cafeteria Delights. So we are good with the hyperlink part. But now you can see this is coming as a single paragraph as we have not made any changes in the contact details.html. So we will be doing that. So let me add paragraph tag. So we already know about these tags because we have done it before in the cafeteria web page. And similarly, we'll make this one as separate paragraph, and the contact details, and again instead of hyphen I want this as the unordered list, that is it should come as the bullet points. So let me give unordered list tag, and it should start the list tag here. Let me close the list tag here, li. Similarly, here we will make li, close the li tag. Again, start the li tag, close the li tag. Okay, so we are done. We should close the unordered list tag as well. And similar to this, we will be doing the same for all the Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter handles. So we are making it as bulleted points. And let's close the list tag here. And it should also be unordered list. I don't want it to be coming as a numerical uh, points. Yeah, so we are done. And just make this a separate paragraph. And this should be coming as a separate paragraph. And again, we need it here. So I have saved it and let's hit on refresh. So you can see everything is coming in a proper symmetry. So this is coming as indented. So let's close this unordered list tag here. And now we are good with this. And we can make this contact details bold again by using B tag. And we can close it here. And similar to it, we can make order online coming as bold as well. We are good. So we are almost done. Yeah. So now you know all the tags which is used in HTML to make a simple web page. Okay. Now similar to this, I want to create another web page that will have all the dishes that is present in the cafeteria from which people can make the orders. So for that, again, I want a new text document which we will be replacing with the HTML content. So let me give order page.html and we will and let me open it with the notepad. And using this web page, people can decide what they want to order. And in the same web page, we will have a simple form where people can place their order. So we want the input to be taken from the user itself. So the first thing that we are going to do is to create a web table where we will list down all the things that are available in this cafeteria. So I have this list of all the things. So let me copy it and let me paste it in the order page.html. So just leave this data as it is and start writing your HTML lines from here. So first thing that you need is a table tag and just close it in the bottom. And within this table tag, we need to have tr tag, which means table row. And inside this table, we need multiple rows for all the dishes that we have. So in total, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rows in total. So first of all, let's start with row 1. And here we will close the tr tag, that is for row. And in order to have the column name, we need to have a tag called th, which describes table header. And let's close this th tag as well. And the first column that we need here is nothing but the dish name, or we can say menu. Okay, and let me make it in a single line. And similarly, we will have another column called maybe price for all the dishes, and then what category it belongs to, whether it is a sandwich or whether it is a beverage or whether it is a dessert. So that category column we need. Okay, so let me just cut this data from here to show you how the table looks like right now. I have saved it and let's go back and open this order page.html. So right now you can see this is a web table, but since we have not given any borders, it is not visible. So here there are three columns: menu, price, and category. So let's go back. And now we will give the data into this table. So for that we have something called TD, that means table data. And let me paste all the details here. So these are the table data that we need, and we will close the table data tag. And since this should be appearing in the second row, so we will be using tr tag, and within that tr tag this table data should be appearing. So we have 3 columns, and we need the table data for all these 3 columns for each of the rows. So for gourmet sandwich, what is the price we need to declare here? Okay, so we will add, let me make it here, and we will add the price for gourmet sandwich. Let's make it 90 rupees. Let me give rs, which is Indian currency, rupees, and let me close it here. And similarly, we will add another table data for category. So this is nothing but sandwich category. So let me close this table data tag. Let's create another row. I have copied the whole tr, and let me make a third row as well. So instead of taking each of them, let me for simplicity give one beverage here for the second row. And let's make the price of the smoothie as 150, and this should be coming under beverage category, beverages. And similarly we will use one dessert here, and this should be, maybe I'll keep 190 for lava cake. And this category is nothing but desserts. Similarly we can make multiple rows, but I'm fine with 3 as of now. Let's remove all these data from here, and let me save it, and let me hit on refresh. So you can see it is coming as different rows and different columns. So all we need to do is we need to give border to this web table. Let's try to give 1000 and see how it appears. So it's coming too big, so let me give it as 100, and let's see how it appears. So you can see it is coming as a table now, and because of this border too thick, we can make it as 10 and see how it looks. Yeah, so now it looks quite decent, and you can add as many rows as you want. So let me add 2 more rows so that people can make choices between different options that are available. So here I will just replace it with the option, and let me add another beverage as well. So let's copy one of them and paste it here. And similarly, let me create another dessert for our visitors, and we should be fine with this. Yeah, so you can see the list of items have increased. So we are good till this point, and now I want to create a order form which the customer needs to fill to place the order. So here we will create a form. So I'm using form tag, and let's close this tag. Let me go up, and let's close this form tag somewhere here. For closing we will use slash, and then we have to use something called label tag, where we need to give the text for that particular label. So suppose the dish name that they want to place order for, let's close label tag, and then few more labels, how much quantity that they want to order. So for that quantity label, and then on which date they want to place the order, what should be the delivery date. So I'm just giving delivery date. So if I hit on refresh, it's looking like this as of now. And now for taking inputs from the users, we need something called input tag. So if we create input tag, it will appear as a text box where people can enter what they really want. So here let me give name to that text box. Let's give the same name as the label name. And in order to make it come into separate lines, I'm going to use BR tag, that is for break, and we don't really need to close this tag, br tag. So let me copy this input tag and let's use it for all the different categories. And similar to dish name, we will use quantity and delivery date as well. And we are done. We will save it and let's hit on refresh. So now you can see how it is appearing. Dish name is coming, that is the label, and then this is the input where people can really enter whatever they want to order. And just to give some spaces between them, let's make it come into separate paragraph. Okay, so let's close this paragraph here. So we are good. And also for delivery date, I don't want people to enter the date manually. Instead of that, what we can do is we can define this type of the input tag as date. So once we do that, this should be no longer a text box. Instead of that, it should give us the calendar from where people can choose the dates. So let me hit on refresh. So you can see it is now giving a calendar from where people can really choose the dates. So we are good so far. So now what I want is, once the customer lands into the order page, they should be able to see the logo of this cafeteria, and they should be able to get a quick glance of the cafeteria as a form of video and also audio which describes the cafeteria as well. So for doing that, we need to insert the image to get the logo. So here I will use something called img tag for inserting the image. And then what is the source of this image, we need to give it here. So in my folder I have this logo.png that I am going to call it here. So let me give logo.png, and for this as well we don't really need to close the tag. So let's simply give Control S to save it and let's hit on refresh. So you can see the logo is appearing now. You can really make it big or small according to your need by giving two attributes called width and then height. So if you define it, it can become large. So let me give 400 and 500 and let's check how it is coming. So let me make it smaller, like 200 and 200. Let's keep it this much, or maybe I'll make width little more. Yeah. And in order to give a gap between these two, let me make the whole web table as a paragraph. Let's close this here and we are good. Now I want the audio and video to appear at the bottom of the web page. So here at the bottom of the page, we will create the audio tag, and the source of this audio file is in the same folder having cafeaudio.wav as the name. So let me give cafeaudio.wav, and we really need to define what is the controls type of this audio file. Audio file can be of mp3 type, it can be of wav type. So here we need to give, in our case it is wav type. So here we need to type audio hyphen audio slash wav, and we need to close this audio tag. So if you remember, for image we don't really need to close the tag, but for audio we need to do that. So now if I hit on refresh, so you can see this audio file is appearing, and if I open this,
welcome to Cafeteria Delights, your go-to destination for a...
So it is giving the description of this cafeteria. So similar to this audio tag, we need to add video tag. So let me, instead of audio, let me give video, and our video will be of mp4 type. So instead of this name, let me have cafe video 1. Okay, cafe video 1 dot mp4. And if I hit on save and if I hit on refresh, so you can see this video is appearing. Let me try to change the size of the video by adding width of this video as, suppose, 200, and height as well, suppose to suppose 100, and let's hit on save. And here you can see our video is appearing as a small box We can increase it or decrease it, and to make it come into different line, let me add break tag here. So you can see it is coming as a separate line. Or what we can do is we can add a paragraph for these two. We can make it as a separate paragraph for audio and video. So all we need to do is to add p tag at the start, and we need to close the tag here. And once I save it, you can see it is coming little better. And you can adjust the width and height accordingly. We can make it 400 and 200. That also works fine. Yeah, it looks better. So you can see people will get more better look and feel if they go through this website instead of just a plain text. Okay. So now, as we have done for contact details, we have added the hyperlink text. Similar to that, we will do the same thing for order page.html. So here I will add another anchor tag, and this time we will give order page reference, and here we will give order your dish, and we are good. Let's save and let's hit on refresh. And here you can see order your dish is coming, but we need to make it a separate paragraph. Or let me just give a break, and we are good. If I click on that, it's navigating me to the order page. And similar to what we have done for contact details, I will just paste this in the order page as well. And if I hit on refresh, you can see we can go to the home page back and forth to this order page as well. So this is how it looks like. So we have created our web page successfully, but till this point we have not defined what is the type of this web page. So although it will not make any difference in the UI, but you should always add what is the doc type of this web page. So for that we need to use this exclamation mark, and then we need to define doc type, which is HTML, and we need to create an HTML tag where everything inside this page should be coming within this HTML tag. So I will start the tag at the starting of this page, and we will end it at the bottom. And we need two additional tags within this HTML tag, which is nothing but head tag, and it should close after the heading. So we will just close it here. And then the other thing is body tag. So here we will add body tag, and we will close it at the end before HTML tag. And we can really add different sections. So inside body also you can add section tag, and you can make this as one section, and then you can make this entire thing as a separate section. So before closing the body tag, I will close this section tag. So we are good. Let me just hit on refresh, and everything looks same, but this is the best practice to have these HTML head and body tags, and you should define your doc type as HTML. So let me show you how our whole web page looks like. So this is the first web page, and if you click on this, you will be navigated to contact details. You can go back to the home page. You can go to the order page by clicking on that uh, hyperlink, and you can place your order from here. You can add lemon tart, and I just want two quantity, and delivery date should be tomorrow. And we forgot one thing, that is to add a order button. So we will quickly do that. We will add a button here for placing the order. So for that, let me go to the order page, and here after date, let me have uh, let me have order as the button. So there should be a button tag, where we will write order and we will close this button tag. And once I save it and hit on refresh, you can see this order button is coming. So I hope you got to know how simple it is to create your own web page. So you can go ahead and start creating the web page. It's very simple and it's very interesting to learn to create your own web page. So this was the end-to-end guidance of how to create a simple web page. I hope you were following me and understood all the details of how to create a simple web page. Please stay tuned with this channel and please hit on like button and please subscribe to my channel if you have liked this video. Thank you.